As your company grows, your culture is changing all the time. What if there was a way to influence what people learn to help them prepare for the changes and challenges that lie ahead? What if there was a way to foster the culture change you want organically? What if you could create a culture of continuous learning? The rise of CBCs may hold the key. CBCs stands for cohort-based courses. They leverage accountability to have learners learn by doing rather than listening. Imagine a world in which your employees go off on a morning run or are driving their kids to school. They're listening to a podcast. And in that podcast, they're learning about your company's core values. And after that morning routine, they go about their day and they receive a Slack message, which prompts them to reflect on what they learned that morning. And they document their ideas and they commit to taking action. Later that afternoon, they get together on a Zoom call and discuss it with their counterparts in other divisions. They share ideas on how to implement some of the concepts that were covered in the podcast. They commit to taking action that week. A few days later, they're in a client meeting. They implement a framework that they learned in the podcast and they execute flawlessly. They return to their computer that evening, excited to share the results of that meeting with the cohort that they learned those skills with. That evening, they receive another prompt, a podcast to download, ready for tomorrow morning's run, ready for the next step on their journey of learning. We help companies reimagine the way they train their people. I'm going to show you how using the Curious Lion Learning Flywheel. The thing with the flywheel is that it takes an incredible amount of energy to break the inertia. But with the addition of energy, it retains that and it starts to eventually sustain that and create its own internal momentum. And through this process, you have learners learning from their peers. You have the exceptional performers who become identified as experts. You have experts who share their knowledge and become teachers. And you have teachers leading future learning experiences, becoming learners all over again. And you create the very fuel of a learning culture.